When you're making one of the biggest investments of your life, how do you find someone you can actually trust to guide you? In this explainer, we're going to dig into what it takes to build a real, lasting reputation in the crazy world of real estate. And we're going to do it by looking at the story of one company, Thakur Property Consultancy.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. Whether you're trying to buy your first home or you're a seasoned pro, the real estate market can feel like an absolute maze, right? Trying to find the right place at the right price, figuring out financing, it's a lot. So what's the secret? What's the key to actually getting it right?
Well, more often than not, the answer is experience. It's about finding a partner who's seen it all, the booms, the busts, and has built a solid foundation of trust over a long time. So today, we're going to unpack the journey of Thakur Property Consultancy, or TPC, to see how a quarter-century of dedication really makes a difference. To really get what makes a company tick for so long, you've got to look at its roots. And for TPC, that all starts with its founder, Pawan Thakur, and his pretty remarkable 25-year journey in this business.
25. Just let that number sink in for a second. A quarter of a century in one of the fastest-moving industries out there. I mean, that's not just a number. That's a story of resilience, of knowing how to adapt, and of a really deep level of expertise. So, who's the guy behind the number? Well, Pawan Thakur is described as being action-oriented and, driven by something more than just making a sale. He's passionate about building a community in the real estate world, and that fundamental drive, as we're about to see, really becomes the soul of his company. And if you look at this timeline, you can see this really deliberate path of growth. It all starts with learning the ropes inside huge corporate players like Surya Group and Goyal Developers. Then, he takes that leap and starts his own thing, Kingdom Consultancy. That leads to a game-changing partnership with a major developer. And finally, it evolves into the TBC we see today. You can see how each step is just another solid block in the foundation.
Yeah, that whole evolution, from a one-man show to a major consultancy, is such a huge part of the story. So let's zoom in a bit on how TPC really used that experience to grab on to some big opportunities.
Now, this is a really key moment right here, the alliance with Sheth Developers. I mean, partnering with the developer of that size isn't just a good career move, it's a massive stamp of approval. It shows that your expertise is trusted enough to handle huge, high-stakes projects in some of the most competitive markets in India. And we're not talking about small stuff here. Just look at this list. TPC was handling these major residential projects that literally help shape entire neighborhoods in Thane and Mumbai. Managing a portfolio like that, well, it requires a super deep understanding of everything from A to Z.
Okay, so with a history that strong, what pushes the company forward today? This brings us to their vision, and it's not just about their own business, it's about the entire skyline of the region.
I like how the slide breaks it down. You've got the mission and the vision. So think of the mission as the what they want to do, build the biggest and best network of properties. And the vision is the how they're going to do it, by being the go-to partner who's always innovating. See how one fuels the other? And that phrase, redefine the skyline, I mean, that's powerful stuff. That's not just about closing deals, it's about an ambition to leave a real, visible mark on a city's landscape, and it's all powered by this core belief in just being excellent at what they do.
So how do you actually make a vision like that happen? Well, it comes down to these core values. They're committed to high ethical standards, they want to be the ones to innovate and shake things up, to be known as an ideas company. And crucially, they want to build a team that actually believes in that mission. This is basically the company's DNA.
Okay, vision and values are awesome, but how does that actually help a client, right? What does it look like in practice? This is where their whole concept of a 360-degree solution comes in. So here's where all that experience gets put to work for you. The 360-degree solution basically means they want to be a one-stop shop. They don't just find you a property, they act as your personal advisor, guiding you on where and when to invest to get the best possible return. It's all about creating real, long-term value. And this visual just nails it. On one side, you have the modern, strategic part of it, the planning. And on the other, you have the result you can actually see and feel, financial growth, your assets appreciating. TPC sees itself as the bridge that gets you from one to the other. And wow, their expertise is incredibly broad. I mean, look at this list. It's not just apartments. We're talking commercial buildings, resale properties, brand new homes, bungalows, even just plots of land. And on top of all that, they help you with financing options. It's the whole shebang, which means they can handle pretty much any real estate need you've got.
So after going through the journey, the vision, and all the services,
What's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing to remember from the story of Thakur Property Consultancy?
I think their own motto says it all, really. We help realizing dream home real estate of your choice. Just notice that wording. It's not, we sell houses, it's, we help realize dreams. That completely changes the focus from a transaction to your personal goal. It's powerful, and it's what they're all about. And that brings us right back to where we started. The journey of TPC really shows that success in this business isn't just about buildings or land. It's about building partnerships. It's about earning trust. And that kind of trust, it's something you can only forge over decades of hard, consistent work. So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this one thought. Whether you're dreaming of your first home, a new office space, or a big investment, the foundation you build on is everything. And after 25 years, it seems pretty clear that experience and trust create the strongest foundation of all.